Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Greg. I am going to go over I'm going over Bitcoin, but I'm going to be going over the GBTC chart. I want to go over this with you guys because I cannot stress this enough of what's going to be happening here with GBTC because I think depending on what's going to happen here with this asset is going to depend on potentially the you could say the short term and medium term future of the cryptocurrency market, in particular Bitcoin. And the reason I went over this, I wanted to make this clear, is that this trend that it's on, GBTC is on. Um, you want to see and pay attention to this to see if it breaks through this trend, and you start seeing pretty significant. I would say you see daily candle bodies below this trend. I would definitely start waking up to some serious bearishness. If you see weekly candle bodies below this, there's probably going to be some issues that you want to be aware of. No matter how you cut this pie, it's not looking good for this. Even you take it off log, you can see that that trend that in this scenario, it's even breaking through there if you take it off logarithmic. Okay, so that's one of the things I'm going to be paying attention to over the next few weeks, 2 days, or not 2 weeks, 30 days, or something like that with GBTC, guys. I'm not liking that. Well, this is going to be the test. Now, the other thing you got to be aware of too, obviously, is that that's what these bear markets do, or these bearish cycles do. They're going to just test you to your limits, and then once everybody, all the bulls have turned bearish, then that's probably when it's going to reverse, if you will. So I'm also keeping my eyes and ears open for that scenario too. So I wanted to do that. Check that out now. The good news with GBTC right here, guys, on the weekly chart, okay, is that I just went over HBAR, or Hedera cryptocurrency, and I was explaining how if you want it to be bullish, it needs to be in a flat, kind of like what GBTC did here. This is an obvious flat of how high it went, but it didn't break the high. And you have a three-wave swing and a three-wave swing, and it's coming down into a flat. So at some point, it will do a bounce. Okay, it will do some type of bounce somewhere down here. Okay. Now, is it going to go bullish or just going to be a bounce? Remains to be seen at this point. Obviously, I want it just to be finished. It's definitely going to finish the sequence. It's just taking some time and really testing limits here. So, like the worst case scenario is I would be looking at for GBTC in this area is that, I technically it can go down to those areas at 5.5, $5.38 to $5.40. That would seem kind of odd to me that it would do that, but then what would have to happen is that this would change into a 1-2-1-2, I guess, guys, up here. So all these would be 1-2s. It'd be very bearish. 1-2, 1-2, 1-2. Here's your 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 4, 5, and didn't make its way all the way down here. And there would still be a little bit of hope left, if you will, because if it lands down here, 2.618, it's still not breaking that. Okay, so this is the first step. It needs to stop there. The next one, it's got to stop here. And if GBTC is down here, guys, you're looking at what? Let's just say GBTC is going to do another 37% or 38% drop. Well, you can go right over to BTC. Okay, I'll go right over to Bitcoin, and let's just say it's 35% drop. So what are we looking at? That's 10,000 right there, guys. That's 10,000 on GBT or Bitcoin. So I'm going to go back over to GBTC. Okay, and then to there. Was that the 38? What was that drop? Was that where I was? Was that the drop? Yeah, the 38% drop to there. Okay. So also too, based on the structure of it, even though it's breaking the trend line, the next point for GBTC really is that point right there. Okay. And that's a significant drop that brings it way down here, even though it breaks a trend, but it stays above that line, above this trend line right here, or that support, you could say. because right here for GBTC, this would be the bullish sequence. So 1, 2, up into a 3, a massive 4, and then it could do something over there at some point into the future. To get it down here, it's probably going to be months, guys, months, like mid 2023 or something like that, I would guess. Okay. If it breaks that, and we won't know, that's a long time. That's being very speculative. I mean, it could, then you're looking at a bearish sequence, and it would be going up 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, would be back down here. And there would be a nice bounce over here, another 3-way move up and over there. Ruins the whole structure of the GBTC chart. I wouldn't even like entertain it. I'd be like looking at it, and it would be like an old, worn out old coin, kind of like, I don't know, Tron or something like that, for example, you know, just a crappy looking chart. You can trade it, but it's nothing. I'd be like, no long-term or anything like that. So not good. Just want to keep that in the back of your mind. Just want to let you guys know this is important of it. Maintaining that trend line is going to be important. If it maintains the trend line, that is the best case scenario. If it does break below it and you have weekly candle bodies below it below this trend line, the next area is going to be above this. Okay. It has to stay above that. It just really does. I would prefer it, instead of that wick, I would prefer to stay above 570 right there would be the best case scenario. But that's what I'm looking at. I want to give you guys that update that there could potentially be, you know, even more of a drop. Now, if it does wick through there again, it wouldn't bother me. It could do something like that, a wick through there like that. That would be okay. But we're just going to have to see what's going to happen in the next couple of weeks to 30 days with GBTC and what it's going to be doing, guys. All right. I want to give you guys that heads up. I would be paying attention to this chart, probably more so than Bitcoin, to get an idea what's going to be going on with Bitcoin in the future. If it's going to stay here, then you probably know. If it's down here, you'll know, and it keeps going down there. You're going to know what's going to be going on with Bitcoin, because only thing that's in this GBTC is Bitcoin. It's a proxy of Bitcoin. Okay. So if it does maintain the bullish sequence and it doesn't break this area, at some point over here, it would be doing a swing. And then let's say it's bearish, you know, it's going into some massive bear cycle. And then, you know, you'd be looking at a swing at least back up to 16 and that 50% and as high as these areas up here for a 3-way swing up here to do some decent trades on the long side. And then it would correct that and come back down. So just get an idea for Bitcoin and the cryptocurrency market. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. Oh, before I forget, I want to let you guys know too that it is a 5-wave swing. So it's coming up. More than likely, the odds are it's coming up to complete it. You can see right here, 1, 2, 3, and there's your lowest peak in your RSI. It's swinging back up. And as long as it maintains that bullish divergence here on the weekly, that's a good signal that a reversal will be coming up at some point. I just want to let you guys know that below here and definitely below there, it could still do that. It would just more likely be a 3-way swing up. Not looking good for some of the Bitcoin, more or less. All right, guys, that's the end of my video. If you made it all the way to the end, do me a huge favor. Drop a like, hit the subscribe button. Peace.